And then now we have that woman
Her
talking
too.
to us. It's fine. But hello, happy Monday. Okay. In true limitless form, can y'all go ahead and put into the chat what you are working towards? Claim those I ams while I get everyone in from the waiting room. And then we will hit the ground running. But I want you guys to really, y'all, we're going into the second week of July. This is that time of the month where people start to drag ass, right? They start to give up. They start to say, you know what? I'll hit you up on the 30th, even though it's a 31-day month. Like that's when I'm going to message you and tell you I'm ready for it. So this is that time where you can kind of catch yourself and call. Half of my head is missing. Why didn't anyone tell me that the camera was pointed at my nose? It's fine. But this is the time that you call yourselves out. And I can say that from personal experience. And I know that Hannah, when she gets on here and talks, that she'll be able to say that from personal experience too, because you're looking at two leaders that have literally lost it all as far as like rank and business and where you were at to now top of the company. Both have earned $200,000 plus bonuses this year alone. So I want you guys to really think about that mindset that you're going into this week. Are you going to get discouraged and allow that discouragement to kind of be like, you know what? I'll hit you up next month. This isn't my month. Or are you going to say, you know what? Sit down. I'm here, I'm doing this. I know what it's like to say, I'll hit you up next month. Next month never happens, right? It's kind of like that diet that you're going to start on Monday. Like you keep saying, I'm going to start at Monday. Well, how many Mondays have you been saying that? That's how your business is. And if you, like we talked about last week, you have to really have that consistency and that plan. And like I say all the time, y'all, like show me your calendar. Christina Tammy would be so proud of this, but show me your calendar and I'm going to show you where your success is going to come from. If you are not planning out your life and your thrive together, if they are not commingling like little lovers, I don't know how you plan to work them in the same day. So I really want you guys to look at your planners this week and really get into your mindset of, hey, you know what? I have X amount, y'all know I'm not good at math. So we have X amount of days left of the month. What am I going to do with July? What am I going to do to make this month different than last month? What am I going to do? Because if I get working today, that's a lot more days than if I choose to start working on the 25th or the 30th. Like y'all, it's the 12th. So many things can happen in one day of this month. Think of what you can do from the 12th to the 31st. So I think I did my little gift of gab while I got everyone in from the waiting room. Hannah, if you want to take it over, I'm going to mute myself. And you do you, girl.
Sounds good. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Hannah Rain. I am a 200K leader from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a little south of Nashville, but everyone just knows Nashville. So Nashville. Really quick, while I see you guys dropping your IMs in the chat, I love that you guys do this. One of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight is complacency. And something that I see a lot of people do with their IMs is they get really complacent because we want to be grateful. We want to have this attitude of gratitude, but sometimes a lot of people, they kind of hold back on their IMs and they feel that they can't ask for more because it's being ungrateful. So I just want you guys to know that you can be grateful and still want more. So with my team, what I always encourage them to do is with their IMs, if you're like, I am 12K, try I am 12K or something better. Like I am 200K or something better. And I'm going to tell you why this absolutely changed the trajectory of my business, and it kept me from falling off a second time when this business changed my life. So in 2019, oh my gosh, I told you I was not coming. All my team's like, are you okay? Are you okay? My air conditioner went out in our house, and so everyone thinks we're melting. So our team Zoom is going on right now. So in 2019, I joined my best friend Brittany Plunkett on this journey in July of 2019, and I hit 12K in I think 18 days. So less than 3 weeks, I hit 12K. And honestly, I was clueless. Like I didn't really know. I was very ungrateful for that. I didn't realize how long it takes some people to actually achieve 12K. I really took it for granted. Like I did not realize what an achievement that was. And I just felt very complacent. You know, my goal was to really just earn my VIPs. And I didn't have a huge interest in the business aspect. It was one of those things where Brittany came to me and she's like, you're referring all these people. Here's the thing, either I'm going to get paid or we're both going to get paid. What do you want? So my family had a trip coming up to Dallas, Texas to watch the Cowboys play, and I wanted to be able to pay for it as a stay-at-home mom. That was one of the things that I was missing, was that professional fulfillment again, because I was a full-time X-ray technologist and then I came home full-time, and I lost that professional fulfillment when I became a stay-at-home mom. And so it was nice having that extra money, but I did not realize the work required to maintain that. And I was the furthest thing from a leader. I did not have the right intentions. I did not have the right mindset. I did not have any long-term goals. I didn't have a vision board. I was just very complacent. And I was one of those that was the epitome of the pyramid scheme, where I just sat at the top and my team did the work and I just sat back on Tuesdays and collected my money. It was awful. I was a terrible leader. And for that, I started losing team very quickly. I started having promoters fall off. I was not checking in with customers. And I just kind of floated off in the abyss. I was still logging in every month and collecting my credits and getting my Thrive for free. But eventually, after 7 months, I logged in on April the 1st, and you can view your credits on the 1st. So I logged in and there were no credits, April 1st of 2020. And I remember texting Brittany and saying, there's a mistake. I don't have any credits. And she's like, there's no mistake, sister. Like, I know you haven't been to work, you haven't been working. And so it hit me like a ton of bricks that I had let my entire business fall to pieces. And I logged in and I looked, and my $16,000 business, or out of 12K, went down to $2,000. So I had let my entire business fall apart in 7 months. And I did not have any personal customers. So I was not thriving for free. Those were like the few little promoters that I had there. So as a 2K, I wasn't even thriving for free. And it really hit me that I had an ego problem. Like, I had a big ego issue and I felt entitled. I don't know why I felt this like entitlement that I should be thriving for free. I'm doing what work? I'm not doing any work. So Brittany gave me the kick in the ass that I needed and told me, you know, you're going to have to decide whether you're going to do this or not. And so that was in the midst of the pandemic when it started. And my husband was a business owner, 6-figure business owner. But when I tell you my husband was exhausted, he was absolutely exhausted. He was working over 80 hours a week, managing a construction business. And he had many employees that we did not know how we were going to continue to keep food on their family's table. So I knew that I needed to go back to what worked, and I knew that Thrive worked. And I was just hoping that this time around that I could have the same quick success that I did in the beginning. So I started over, and in order to start over, I knew that I couldn't just come back like nothing ever happened, that I had to do 2 things, and that was humble down and hone in. I had to humble down and admit, like, I fell off. And I was a real shitty leader. Sorry, guys, but I'm here. And my team had to see that change of character in me. They had to see that I really cared and that it wasn't just about me. So before I ever even made a vision board for myself, I made a vision board for my team. And when I say a vision board for my team, I don't mean like this person 4K, this person VIPs, this person 12K. What I mean is I went with each of my promoters, whether it was like sitting down at lunch. I mean, I had a small team at this point, sitting down at lunch, getting on Zooms, you know, whatever it may be. I asked them all the same question, and I asked them, what keeps you up at night? Because I wanted to know like why they're here. why are you here showing up? Why are you here doing this? Why are you taking this extra time? Like, if it's just for pedicure money, that's cool. Like, just let me know. But if there's a greater need, like, I want to know that so that I can wake up every single day and work for that, because obviously I don't have any needs big enough to keep myself accountable and keep myself going every day. Like, I don't want to fall off again, because I will let myself down before I let anyone else down. Are you guys like that? Like, if someone tells you like they need something, and I remember at this point in the business, Brittany sat me down and she told me that she had a need for her family. At this point, like, I was pretty much her only hope of getting this business off the ground. And she sat me down and she told me, I have this bill that we have to pay, and it's a rather large bill. I have to pay this by June of 2020. And I'm letting you know this because I can't, like, if you're going to run off again and leave me, like, I just need to know how serious you are. And so her being that vulnerable with me, I wasn't going to wake up and let her down. And so I knew that if I could do the same thing with my team, it would keep me going on days that I didn't feel like doing this business for myself. And so the things that I learned about my promoters, it's crazy how their needs became my needs. Like, I needed them to have that. I had one lady, and I had no idea, guys. I had no idea. We went to the gym together every single morning at the same time, and she always left probably about 20 minutes before I did, and she's on my team. And I never thought anything about it, but she would always leave about 20 minutes early to go outside and jumpstart her car and push her car to get it going out of Planet Fitness parking lot, so that I wouldn't see that she was struggling. Like, she was hiding that from me because she was embarrassed. But once I knew that, it was like I was not sleeping. I was not stopping until we got her to 12K to get that auto bonus. It only took us 1 month after me knowing to get that for her. Everything changed. I had a team member in West Virginia that she has a little boy that was born, and when he was born, he actually had a couple of strokes, and he's completely physically handicapped, and his wheelchair was $4,000. And during this rank advancement, I knew that if we could just get her to the $4,000, that would get him his wheelchair. It's just different when you know, and we accomplished that literally within a few weeks. Not only that, but we got the 12K bonus, which actually paid for all of his other medical equipment that he needed as well.
Hannah, I'm going to pause you real quick just because I want to touch on something what you just said. Sorry, but y'all, you remember how anytime that I tell you guys that you put 4K on your dream board, I say, what does it mean? That is what that means. When I say like you're claiming I am 4K, I am earning a $4,000 bonus. That's great. But what does it mean? That is what I mean by when I say, what does it mean? What are you putting that $4,000 to? What is that 12K going towards? What is that auto bonus replacing? What vehicle? And then what is that vehicle going to do for you? That is what I mean by when we talk about our dream board. And I always say, put a meaning behind it, because words are just words until you put the meaning behind it. You guys give the meaning. And so that right there is what I mean. We have a team dream board, so that is not new to us at all. Like, it's in my office actually. But that is what I mean for your guys' dream boards is if you are running for 4K right now, why? Not just why did you start this, not just time freedom, not just this, not just that. Like, what is that $4,000 going to do for you? What are you going to put that towards? $12,000. What are you going to put that towards? 40K. What does that mean for your family? Don't just, and y'all know I am queen of fuck a rank, like sorry ain't sorry, but ranks do not mean anything. This is what we mean when we say what are you going for? Because if you just tell me I want to be a 4K, like, okay, great, but why? So I'm going to pass it back to Hannah, but while she's talking real quick, can you guys in the chat go ahead and put that meaning for what you are working towards? Show each other, cheer each other on. Like, having it on your dream board is one thing, but as a team, sharing it with each other is a whole nother thing. I get so vulnerable with you guys. You guys get vulnerable. We get it in our chats, but seeing each other right now in this chat say, what is that $4,000 going to go to? What does that 12K mean? What does 40K mean? What does 80K mean? What does 200K mean? What does it mean? And I'm going to shut up so that way Hannah can finish. Sorry.
No, you're good. And that's exactly what it is. And that's what I realized was my biggest downfall, was my why was not compelling enough. Like my why was not compelling enough. And it's because I had this me mentality and I had this get mentality. And that is why I didn't enjoy the business at first, is because I had this get mentality. Whenever I posted, it was like, what can I get from this? What kind of sale can I get from this? Can I get a promoter from this? How many likes can I get? How many comments? And when you get rid of that get mentality and that desperate like neediness, and you truly use this platform and this business to serve others, it will return to you tenfold. And so during this time of being more vulnerable with my team and really coming to their level and asking them, like, what keeps you up at night? I need to know. During this time of serving them, I really had to try to think about what my why was, because I'm just going to be really honest with you guys. Like, my family didn't hurt financially because my husband worked a lot. He worked his ass off. But the problem was my family was falling apart. And because my husband was working so much, it was pretty much just me and my son here all the time. And so I finally realized my husband he finally became very open with me of the fact that he did not want to keep living this life. He played the strong one for so long, but his business was breaking him down mentally. As a former veteran, I mean, he was dealing with a lot of mental issues of working 80 hours a week, and it was a struggle. And so I learned that at the end of last year, and that became a little bit of a struggle for my family, knowing that he was struggling. And after being able to serve my team and regaining their trust, I was able to then be vulnerable with them of what I needed. Adversity hit my business. I'll share this with you really quick. March of 2020, when I came back April 16th. March of 2020, I ended that month with $2,007. March of 2021 is when I hit 200K, and we exceeded that. I'm going to tell you in just a second. In September of 2020, my business was growing. I was at 80K, and I was right at like 170 something. Like, we knew that 200K was like October. Like, we just knew it was coming. It was there. October of 2020, there was a MLM YouTube video where they just go and pick all the popular people. I'm sure Lynn's and all the other leaders have dealt with this. And in my small town, this anti-MLM video started going around on Facebook, from YouTube, and this and this. And my business crashed, like completely crashed. Promoters went in panic mode. What do people think about us? This and this. I lost about $100,000 in my business. I went from a $180,000 team back down to barely maintaining 80K December of 2020. I could have easily just said, screw it, I quit. Like, I'm done with this. I'm done. Like, when 200K, when you're that close and your I am 200K, and then it just feels like the rug is pulled out from under you, and you've helped your team and you feel like you've done all the things you need to do. This is where that I am 200K or something better comes into play. If I would have hit 200K October of 2020, November of 2020, December of 2020, my family would not have earned that 200K bonus. There was a reason that rug was pulled out from under me, because it was testing me to see if I was going to stick it out through adversity and stay for the compelling whys and stay for my team. because if I could stay and stick it through for my team, it would return to me tenfold. And it did. Not only did I hit 200K on my account, but my husband hit 80K on his account, and we earned our 100% overrides, earning over $500,000 in rank advancement bonuses. This is why I tell my team, like, if your IM feels a little complacent, like, if you get there, what's next? Like, what's next? It's not compelling enough. So I had to trust that, yes, I'll be 200K, but it's going to be for something better for me. Like, not only just the 200K rank, like Lindsay said, I had to look beyond the rank. And I knew when Jason made that announcement in December that something big was coming, that this was it. And there was a reason why I was faced with that adversity again. So some of the things that Lindsay wanted me to talk about, some of the tips, tricks, things that I did whenever I hit that wall in my business, or when I first came back, is I really had to, again, I had to let go of my ego. And if you're at a place right now in your business where you feel like you've hit a wall, or things are just going slow, or like you just can't get to that next level, I want you to ask yourself, are you doing the things that you were in the beginning when you were really excited about this business? Like, is the hype still there? Or have you gotten so focused on the business and the rank that you've really forgotten how to be a thriver? Like, I hate when I get really good promoters, but I lose a thriver. Like, they're not taking their steps correctly anymore. They're not eating the good foods. They're not drinking their water. They're not doing the self-development. They're not taking care of themselves anymore. And the hype is gone. Guys, our company does an amazing job of hyping up this product. They do an amazing job of hyping up this business, but are you hyping up your journey? Like, are you still on a journey? So many people lose themselves in this business, and they get so business mindset that they become unrelatable. I'm just going to tell you, if you're a brand promoter or a 4K right now, you are never going to be more relatable than you are right now. It is really freaking hard to get new customers as a 200K, because me and Lynn's and other 200Ks and even 80Ks, we're not as relatable anymore. Like, people think that going and buying a G-Wagon helps your business. No, it doesn't. It actually makes people think, holy shit, I could never do that. It's kind of intimidating.
Hold on, can you just repeat that for the people in the back real quick? Can you just repeat that? The buying a vehicle.
Yeah.
Repeat that for the people in the back real quick so they can write this down bold. Because my thing is, people always thought that it was so easy to be a mass enroller in our company for the last 2 years because of my rank. But they didn't understand that I have, like you, when you get to that 80 and that 200K, that unlock new levels, new devils, y'all. That unlocks more adversity, because I instantly became unrelatable. Shoot.
It's that inspiration versus intimidation. Like, once you hit that, you jump that line really quick.
Like,
and it's why
it gets rough. It gets rough, y'all. Like, people think that, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because obviously don't get scared. Like, we don't mean it in a bad way, but what we're saying is, if you think that right now as a brand promoter, when you don't have a rank or even a 4K or a 12K or a 40K, and you guys aren't sharing the VIP basics because you didn't hit it, well, then no one underneath you is ever going to hit it, because they don't know what's available. Right now, when I share the VIPs and helping someone earn $800 in their first 14 days, they're like, I literally got this message this morning. Somebody said to me, and they were like, I just don't know if you'd be too busy to help me. Like, I know that you say that you can help me, but like, your team is so large. I see your community and I really want to be a part of it. Is there somebody else on your team that maybe I can enroll with that would have more time for me? Y'all, if I was a brand promoter, no rank whatsoever, not about to be in our millionaires club, nobody would have any idea that I have this many people on my team. You think that you need to be a 200K to enroll people. When I got that free car in the garage, everyone was like, why aren't you sharing? Why aren't you sharing? Why aren't you sharing? I'm like, because that's not relatable. Sally Joe Bob down the road is not going to get a 2021 Audi Q7 dropped off at her doorstep. But what is relatable to Sally Joe Bob is, honey, you want diaper money? Let me help you get it. Sorry, I could go on forever on that topic.
No, and that's exactly what it is um people start relating with you when you become more vulnerable. You have to remember to talk to the person that you were before Thrive. And so for me, like, I have to share about those times when Bo and I first got married and we were going to the coin star, cashing in coins to get groceries, and talking to the mom who is stopping her pump at single digits. And it's not easy doing that, but it's letting go of your ego and being more relatable, because it's very, very easy to think what you're posting and sharing about the business is inspiring, but it's actually very intimidating. So you have to be a humble bragger. And if you've fallen off in your journey, and I'll tell you where I knew I fell off in my journey. It was around that March time. I had someone reach out to me in my inbox, and they're like, "Are you still doing that Thrive thing?" If anyone has to ask you if you are still thriving or if you are still doing that Thrive thing, you're not talking about it enough. Like, you're not sharing about your journey enough. And sometimes we get really caught up in posting when there's a sale or posting about all these products. You're like, "Hey guys, I've got Sculpt on sale. I've got Biotic. Get your flat tummy pills, da da da." Well, how about you share like what these things have done for you, or talk to that mom who's struggling with her energy and can't get in the floor and play with her kids, or talk about the person that you were before this product, because that is how you are going to relate with people. And you have to humble down and hone in. And that was one of the hardest things for me, was to humble down and admit that my family needed help. Like, we really needed help and we needed this business. So in January, when the bonus was announced, I got my team together on a Zoom and I said, "Look, guys, this past year, I've learned a lot about digging in and helping others, and, figuring out what your compelling why is so that I can help you. I need you guys to know what I need." And it took me back to when Brittany sat me down in 2020 and told me that she needed this part of her mortgage paid so that they could refinance and be done with what they were going through. And I had to tell my team, "We need this. Like, my husband needs to come home for his mental health, for my family, for everything." And honestly, it's not even the bonus. It's just being at 200K. And sometimes we get so caught up in the bonus. This is not a bonus business. So if you think if you don't hit 4K or 12K that you're just going to leave after this, just go ahead and leave, because this is not a bonus business. And what Lindsay was saying is, please don't wait until the 28th or the 25th or even next Tuesday to reach out to her and tell her that you really want 4K this month, or you want 4K before the end of this rank advancement. Are you looking at what these ranks, like, are you looking at this business from a Monday to Sunday kind of business? The work that you put in from Sunday to Monday is going to pay off on Tuesdays. And I have 4Ks and 12Ks who have completely replaced their 9-to-5 income because they're not focused on the rank. I have some 12Ks that make more than my 40Ks because they're putting in the work Monday to Sunday. And they're seeing the return on Tuesdays, that even if they don't hit the bonus, oh, well, they're making great money every Tuesday. They're making great money every Tuesday. So you can't rely on just a second Tuesday of the month bonus to be fulfilled in this business, because this business is a Monday to Sunday pay period on Tuesday, just like your 9-to-5. But the great thing is you are in control of what your check looks like on Tuesday. And when people come to me and they say, "Oh, I'm a 12K, I just don't know why I'm not making comma paychecks yet," because you are busting ass between the 26th and the 30th, but the rest of the month you're not doing anything. And I think Lindsay's laughing because I think she gets it. Like,
I love you. I'm laughing because I'm like looking at people's faces, and the people that I literally have these conversations with all the time, they're like, and I'm I'm like looking straight at the camera so they feel me looking into your soul. I guess I'm looking at y'all.
Yeah, guys, look at our income disclosure. It's there. It's there. It shows that even as a 4K and 12K, you can make just as much money as you do at your 9 to 5. So please don't think that you have to be an 80K or 200K to replace or supplement what you're doing right now or take stress off your family's plate. And bottom line, the one thing I want to leave you with is this business is not designed to put more on your plate. If you feel like this business stresses you out or that you have too much on your plate, you need to get a better system together and you need to drop your ego and go to your upline and ask them what you need to be doing differently, because this business is designed to take things off of your plate, not put more things on your plate. So reevaluate your vision board and really start with those compelling whys. And the first thing and how you figure that out is ask yourself, what keeps me up at night? What are me and my spouse arguing over all the time? What do I find myself anxiety ridden over? And maybe you need to cover up that new car. Like maybe you need to cover up that purse. Maybe you need to cover up some of these things. You don't have to take them off completely, but you need to focus on those things first, because until you do, you will never be completely fulfilled in this business until you get rid of the things that are keeping you up at night and your team. So I think that's all I got. And 1 minute over.
No, I love it. I even like gift of gab in between you. So that was perfect. No, I appreciate you so much. Our team appreciates you so much. I hope that you guys see, you guys obviously know me. Hey, hi, hello, right? Like you guys have been on this journey with me and my family. When I almost walked away to a year later, hitting the top of the company, to another year later, hitting the top of the company again, right? You guys have been here the last 2 years where literally every year I took a business from struggling to the top of the company. Hannah did the same thing. I'm not a trick horse or whatever you want to call it. Like there's nothing special about me, y'all. That's not that I know what I'm doing, because y'all, we still, and I'll speak for Hannah, we don't know what the hell we're doing. Like no one does. If there could be a meeting for people at the top of a company and we would all sit around and be like, so what are we doing? Because nobody would know what we were doing. You know, what we do know is that we're sharing what is on our hearts. We're sharing what's us. We're sharing what life was like before it looks like today. Because when you get a bonus, that doesn't change your life. And I'm not saying that it won't change your life, but it doesn't change your life forever. So can it, if you use it the right way? Yes. But we didn't earn that $200,000 bonus on Rob's account and then say, oh my gosh, let's stop working. Y'all, we don't even touch that bonus. We haven't touched a single cent of that bonus because we don't need to, because our business, me as a 200K, my paychecks are more than his bonus. So for me, we don't even touch it. That money, that 200K is Ryland's. It's literally in a fund for Ryland every single month. It goes straight there. So when I say that your business, you can grow it without a bonus. Our bonus is great. Yes. Do not get me wrong. God bless Jason and Paul, right? And like, keep them coming. But just because you don't earn a bonus or you haven't earned a bonus yet does not mean that you won't. Or maybe you hit 40K the month after, or 12K the month after bonus season ended, right? And you were like, well, shit. Well, oh, well, then go run and hit 80. And guess what? You're going to be making more than that bonus anyways. The beauty of this business is you can make more than any bonus ever offered, because the residual income that I've created, and I know Hannah's creating right now, and so many of you guys are creating, is more than a 4K bonus, than a 12K bonus, is more than any bonus that I've ever earned with this company. And I've earned a good amount of bonuses with this company. So for me, if I could take all my bonuses and not touch them, I wouldn't have to, because the residual is there.
Right. And that's the thing I want to end like really quick.
No, you're good.
A lot of people are so focused on this 4K bonus, 4K bonus, 4K bonus. Guys, do you know that you can easily make an extra $500 a month in your business without the bonus, just by putting a little bit more work into your everyday? Like $500 is minute compared to what you can get. So even if you don't hit the 4K bonus, like obviously keep going for that, but just know, just focus on that Monday to Sunday, everything you put in, quit working on the weekends, like for the sales, quit crossing your fingers on Friday night, hoping you're going to wake up with an email Saturday morning, because you know that either way you've put the work in Monday through Friday, and that's everything that happens Saturday and Sunday is just a bonus opportunity for an extra income, extra on top of that. But you can work this business full-time, you can work it part-time, but you cannot work it sometimes. And if you're running the business on sales and bonuses, it's not going to be there.
No, 100%. And I don't know if you have somewhere that you have to be after this, but I'm going to keep going if
Okay.
just for a little bit longer. So totally up to you. You're welcome to stay and chime in on anything, or if you, I know you're busy. So if you have somewhere else you want to go, you are welcome to. Thank you so much.
I'm probably going to pop off and go get my kids. So love you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. But y'all, I hope that you take what Hannah said to heart, because when she says $2,000 of March of 2022, she ended, I want to say like anywhere from 230 to 250 in March, like this last March, and earn that bonus. So when I say you can change anything in a year, I mean it. It's July 12th. We have how many months left of this year? Think about it that way. Yeah, we have till the end of August for bonuses, but are you here for a bonus where on September 1st, right? August, September. Yep. September 1st, you're going to be like, I didn't earn a bonus. Like, this is bullshit. I'm out. Because if that's you, love you. And I love you where you're at, but I don't have time for you. I'm sorry. I love you where you are at. And whenever you're ready to run, I will have time for you. But if you are somebody who on September 1st, if you don't hit that 4K bonus, you're going to be too discouraged to go and make an extra $500 a month in general of residual that you can keep building on. I'm busy. You know why? Because I'm busy helping people with zero PV who want to work harder than you. And that's okay. I would rather link arms and run with somebody who has a 0 volume right now than somebody who has a 2,000 volume right now that's going to walk away in September. I'm busy. You have to realize that these bonuses, are they great? And do we love them? And do we hustle for them? Absolutely. Because you know what? It's money. We don't like leaving things on the table, but it isn't everything. Everything is your business. And Hannah said it right. You can work this full-time, you can work this part-time, but you cannot work this sometime. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like a freaking business, y'all. Residual income takes months to build. My paycheck tomorrow is not from my efforts this last week. It's from my efforts this last 2.5 years. Y'all, are you willing to put in 2 years to change your entire life? Shoot, are you willing to put in 1 year of actually showing up every single day and doing the things and remembering why you're here and being a thriver, not just a promoter, to change your entire life? I probably sound like I'm on some Kool-Aid, but it's fine. I'm all right with that. Because honest, think about it. A year ago, my life looked different than it does today. 2 years ago, my life looked so much different than it does today. My husband looked at me while I was giving birth to our son. I gave birth to my son. He was holding our son. And he said, I don't want to go back to work. This was on a Saturday. He never went back to work. It wasn't because we were financially stable at that time, because we weren't. I was a shit show. I was not financially stable. But that same month, I went and I earned a multi-6-figure bonus. Was I close? Not as close as I should have been if I would have been hustling. But when I gave birth to my son and my husband told me he didn't want to go back to work, my why grew bigger. And I hustled like nobody I have ever seen before. I hustled more than I knew I could, because I knew that that's what my family needed. So you guys shared in the chat what those bonuses mean for you. So a 4K bonus is a $500 a month payout. Is your business willing, like, is your business worth it? Are you willing to work your business to create that $500 residually? Or are you just wanting a guaranteed bonus that actually isn't guaranteed if you stop working? Would you rather create knowing that you're going to have a $500 monthly payout and then say that you earn a bonus along the way? Guess what? You just doubled it. Now you're making $1,000. But guess what? Because you didn't give up, that 500 residual that you were creating just doubled itself anyway. So now you're at $1,500. And guess what? It's going to double again because now you just hit 12K. And then guess what? You're going to keep going. You're going to keep going. You're going to keep going before you know it, you're a 40K. That 4K bonus stopped paying out and you didn't even realize it. Think about it. So many people, and I mean this with so much love, and you guys know that, but so many people have excuses. So many people say, I'm busy, I'm this, I'm that. Y'all, look to the left, look to the right. All of us are tired. All of us are busy. All of us have things going on in our life, right? I personally wouldn't change how I live my life just to be a little less tired, if that makes sense. To me, I would rather get on a Zoom at 9 o'clock and be a little bit tired, right? And look a mess. But I would rather be here with you guys to grow and pour into you guys and be here for you guys than get an extra hour of sleep. Why? Because this is what I'm here for. Ask yourself, are you here to grow, or do you get on a Zoom to kind of just hear things, and then when the Zoom goes off, it's okay, I'm done? You don't have to take everything that you hear on Zooms. You take what you need, you leave what you don't. But if every single Zoom you get on, you're leaving and you're not applying things, or you're in your head, you're not like, oof, I need to do this, I need to do that. Or, she really talked about something that I didn't love the way she talked, like she did it, but I could really spin it and work it my own way. And then your gears are turning, right? I am a firm believer, try not to have any nip slips over here. Sorry, y'all. I am a firm believer that you go to every single Zoom and you take what you need and leave what you don't. If you're at every single Zoom and you're taking everything in, you're not being selective enough for what your business has entailed, because every single thing that every single leader says, between me, Katie, Britt, Christina, whatever, if you get on every single one of our Zooms and you take in every single thing that we say and apply every single thing that all of us leaders say, your business is going to look like all of us instead of look like you. You need to get on Zooms and pick and choose what we're saying that fits to you and then adapt it to you. Not take every single thing that we're saying and do it, because guess what? Now you're confusing your network. You have to remember that you are going to attract people. You are going to be what people want to join. You have to remember to be a thriver before you are a promoter. Lead with the products, because every single one of y'all would not be here if our products didn't work. Am I right or am I right? If you hated our products, you wouldn't be here. If you hated our products and never wanted to use them, you wouldn't be on a Zoom right now. But you love our products, you know what they have to offer, and you know we have the best comp plan. That's why you're here. But if you didn't love our products, you wouldn't be here. I want you to lead with the products. I want you to share what life was like. If you are not struggling financially, share what life was like before. It doesn't have to be a struggle. Rob and I were not struggling financially. We were not living how we are right now, but we were not struggling financially. Our bills were paid. We were paying down debt. We were doing these things. We were fine the way we were. But I was tired. I was drinking coffee. I was overweight. I was moody. I was this, I was that. We were in debt, so these are things that I still talk about. 3.5 years later, mind you, since I hit the promoter button, I still talk about how Starbucks knew my Jeep, knew my voice, and knew that I was going to be there 5 times a day for a peppermint mocha. 3.5 years later. So really, what are you sharing about? Are you just sharing your right now and you're not sharing what you were doing? You have to remember your day 0 and then where you are today and share them. Monday, yesterday, if you were in my 4K run chat and my 12K run chat, I talked about what I wanted you guys to share about. And it was, what did Monday used to look like? Did you share about what Monday used to look like, or just what your Monday looks like right now? Because there's a difference. Why are you still using our products? Get into the heart of why you're here. Figure out what your why is. And if your why is just financial freedom or time freedom or any of those freedoms, you got to dig deeper. What does that mean to you? For me, I got to work when my husband told me that he wanted to come home and I knew that we couldn't afford it. My ass got to work. I saw that little baby who was 0 days old, my husband holding him and him saying he could not go back to work because it was physically killing him. He worked building swimming pools in Florida in the heat for 14-hour days to make $600 a week. And he worked Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week. He made $100 a day, 14-hour days. Y'all, that was killing my husband. Think about it. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Because if it's not lighting a fire underneath you that every single day you're showing up, every single day you're doing all that you can do. And most importantly, if somebody tells you no, who saw my reel about what I get in my inbox? Because people seem to think because of I'm a 200K, people don't hop in my inbox and tell me that I'm ugly. Like, thank you. I don't know what to tell you, but I get them. Part 2 is coming tomorrow. So stay tuned because I had a whole weekend full of telling me how annoying I am. So don't worry. Part 2 is coming tomorrow, but think about it. I get it too, but I can tell you right now that that image of sitting in the hospital after giving birth to my son and my husband telling me he never wants to go back to work is burned into my mind, that I don't care who tells me I'm annoying. I don't care who tells me I'm fat. I don't care who tells me I need to brush my lashes. I don't care who asks me if I ever shower and wash my hair. The answer is no, I don't wash my hair. It's fine. I don't care who says what, X, Y, and Z to me, because I can tell you right now, I'm going to go upstairs and lay in my comfy bed next to my husband with no alarms on, and we'll wipe our tears with $100 bills for all I care. Like, I don't care. But you know what? It took knowing what I was fighting for to get my mindset to that. It took knowing why those people didn't matter for me to get my mindset to that. So what is going to light your mindset? What is going to be that vision in your mind, that moment in your mind that you're working towards, that no matter who says what about you or your product or this or that? Someone came into my inbox this last weekend and told me that I have no reason to talk about vitamins because I don't have a degree. Pretty sure I have 3 degrees, but that's fine. And I'm a nurse, but it's fine. But you know what? I just said, okay, thank you. I didn't follow them. Like, people are so stressed about what you're doing. Okay. Why are you allowing them to be so stressed about you? They're more stressed about you than you are. If you worried about your business the way haters worried about your business, there'd be no stopping you. Some of y'all allow haters to hate on you more than you work your own business. If you're worried about what people are going to say about you and so you won't post the reel, well, Instagram's switching. They're not fully switching to a video data like format, but they are making reels the most important thing. And if you were on the Lunch and Grow Zoom today that I shared in the team chat, if you didn't watch it, it's in the team chat and I highly suggest that you should watch it. But it literally, she talked about how a month and a half ago, she's been doing reels every single day for a month and a half. And after say she did it for like 40 days. And on day 41, one of her reels went viral and she had trash views, right? But on day 41, one of her views went viral. And now she wakes up every single day to hundreds of people following her and hundreds of messages in her inbox. If you are not making your reels because you suck at them, when are you ever going to get good at them? Y'all, if you watch my first couple reels, they were all like this until Sam yelled at me, but it's fine. We won't talk about it. I was a selfie reel person 24/7 on my couch right there because the lighting, I thought it was good lighting. Apparently it wasn't good lighting, but that's okay. I was doing my selfie and then I was just doing things like what did it matter? I still got views. I still got people in my inbox. Then Sam made me get a ring light and a tripod and all this different stuff. So now they're like professional looking. It's fine. But I still did it and I had to suck before I could get good. Y'all, when new things come out, I suck at them all the time. I ask all the time people in my chat, I'm like, hey, how did you do this? Teach me. Go live in the team page and teach me. You cannot be too afraid to ask for help. If you are overwhelmed, if you don't know how to make a reel, if you don't know how to do X, Y, and Z, and you have not reached out to your upline, how do you expect to learn? This is literally what we are here for. I can tell you, I have never told a single person no that has come to me and said, hey, how do you make a reel? I've never said, go figure it out. I say, okay, let me show you. I have a bunch of trainings. Let's watch these. And then let me know what questions you have. Yeah, Sam makes like half of my Canva graphics because like, who knows how to Photoshop? I don't, but it's fine. She does. So know your strengths, know your weaknesses. Y'all, I don't teach the training on planning. Why? Because that is not my strength. That is Christina Tammy's. She taught me how to plan. I had to go to her and ask her what planner to buy because I didn't know there were so many options. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, find the people who have strengths that are your weaknesses and link arms with them until you guys can help each other. On my downline alone, we have close to 7,000 people. You're going to tell me that not a single person in our downline doesn't have your like their strength is not your weakness. I'm going to call BS every day of the week when you say that. Put it in the chat. Say, hey, who is really good at this? I am struggling. And watch people help you. Watch people say, hey, I am, direct message me, DM me, I'll walk you through it. Or, hey, I have this, I'll send it to you. Y'all, our community, we're not about competition. I can guarantee you that we're going to help each other. There's a duck in my backyard and I don't know why. Anyways, it's like quacking. Do you guys hear that? I'm sorry, I'm easily distracted, but I really, really, really want you guys to dig deep and figure out what you need help with and run with it. And if you aren't doing reels, I need you to start working on them this week. My downline, we are starting a challenge. If you didn't see it in the chat, we are doing a 60-day reel challenge that started today, but it's already 10 o'clock. So if you did not get one up today, you can start tomorrow as day one. We are doing every single day a reel for 60 days. Today I batched 10 in the same shirt, so it's fine. So if you're going to tell me that you can't do them because you didn't put makeup on, you didn't brush your hair, and you were wearing the same shirt, I don't even have a bra on. I don't even own bras. What's your excuse? Like, let's be real. Just make the content. Nobody cares that you didn't brush your hair. Nobody cares X, Y, and Z, right? All they care about is what you're sharing and that it's relatable. I made that reel making fun of myself for the things that people make fun of me for. Y'all, I signed 2 $800 packs in the last 3 days because of that one reel. It didn't even go viral or anything. It was just because I was me and that they got to know my personality. You have to know that you are your biggest marketing tool. So I hope that you have a great rest of your week and that you learn this week to call yourself out if you feel yourself starting to slow down. I hope you all join our 60-day reel challenge, and remember to be a thriver before you focus on being a promoter. This week, I want you guys to really focus on the products and lead with the products. I really, really want you guys to lead with the products. Remember day one of why you were here and share it. If you get customers, you get customers. You can be an entire powerhouse of customers. And it also helps because customers make the best promoters one day. So get people on our products. Trust me when I say lead with the products this week, and you'll notice a huge, huge difference in the shift of your business, of people actually learning about what your products do and why you're here. And dive into plus line products. Talk about them. Don't just wait for them to be on sale. Like, how many of y'all for the first time talked about Biotic in your stories because it was part of the weekend sale? For the first time y'all ever talked about Biotic? I'm sure there was at least 3 of you guys. If that was the first time you ever talked about Biotic, why? How do you expect your audience to be excited when it's free if they don't even know what it does? I bet you if they launched free capsules, everyone would be like, oh, okay, yeah, all my network knows about it. Which should be like that with all of the items. If you use products daily, talk about them. In my team chat, I talked about the nighttime bundle. I'm going to continue talking about that nighttime bundle, even though Biotic is no longer free. Why? Because it's awesome. And I use it every single night. And if I'm going to show them my morning, I'm going to show them my night. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. If you need anything, you know where to find me. And yeah, I love you guys. Bye.